Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Corner episode 36, WWE Draft. We'll come on to that later. We're going to do the episode a bit different today. So instead of the usual review every single full show, we're going to do a quick skim of AEW and NXT. We're going to get the lovely Impact review by my co-host Sam, and we're going to get a big draft review. We'll probably talk about some key moments in the draft shows, which we'll talk about. But as always, I'm joined by Simon. How are you today?
Yeah, doing all right. Raw.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi at this place, honestly. This Ethernet cable is going to save my life. I got it for a whole £1.98.
Oh, bargain. Yeah, I'm about to say the Ethernet cable does save your ass. It's like massive.
Yeah, I can see it coming in handy.
Yeah, but we'll go straight into AEW. It was an FTW championship match. Brian Cage versus Will Hobbs. Obviously, Will Hobbs getting a big move, big match on the show. He did get pinned by Brian Cage, but he got a good showing.
Yeah, that was pretty much just summed it up there. It was basically a showcase match, wasn't it? And yeah, it was what happened at the end. What sort of match, wasn't it? With the Taz standing up saying, "Do you want to join Team Taz?
Mm-hmm.
Or you will get clobbered." And then Darby Allin just comes down.
Yeah.
And makes the save. I feel like Darby Allin makes the save every week and doesn't actually wrestle.
No, he's just a guy who runs out, hits someone with the skateboard, and then done.
I love Darby Allin, but it feels like he's been doing the same thing now for so long.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he does to change, though. I don't think there's much he can do.
Get him out of this feud with Team Taz.
True.
It's like Apollo Crews versus the Hurt Business. It's the never-ending feud.
Yeah.
Although that has ended now because they're on different brands.
Yeah. There was a montage of celebrities congratulating Jericho. You had Slash, Dennis Miller, Jericho's father, and Hiroshi Tanahashi, which is a bit of a lovely little thing. Maybe
I think everyone were reading way too much into that.
So do I, but
literally just like a cameo.
Yeah, but
it's not New Japan. I don't know. Maybe it's because I know nothing about New Japan, and everyone else gets far more excited.
FTR versus the TH2. FTR do pick up a win, as you'd expect. Small again after the match. Young Bucks were watching the thing. They saw the cameraman film. The super kick the cameraman. Best Friends came out and taunted the FTR. They were wearing shirts that featured FTR dressed sort of dogs as comedy backyard wrestlers. What we're trying to say is that you guys are weenies. But what's not a joke is that we are number one contenders, and it was announced that the Best Friends will be challenged for FTR's gold next week on the anniversary Dynamite episode, where all the gold is on the line.
Yeah, I really like TH2. It's the first time they've been on Dynamite in ages, but I feel like they'd be way better served in NXT.
Really?
There's too many tag teams, and WWE are insistent on breaking up every single team that they've got at the moment.
That's so true.
I mean, I'm sure we'll go over it when it comes to draft, but the little tag teams WWE have got is scary. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm happy in AEW, and why wouldn't you be? But I really like Angelico. I always have. And it's FTR, isn't it?
Yeah, and we got a video package played of MJF offering his version of a tribute to Chris Jericho. MJF said he was proud and inspired by Jericho. You had Lars Ulrich of Metallica, Gene Simmons of Kiss, Don Callis, Shaquille O'Neal, the DDP as well. Off the congratulations to Chris Jericho, but it was up for the dog collar match. Do you want to talk through the dog collar match? Because I haven't fully caught it. I've only caught highlights. I feel like you've watched it in full.
I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as everyone else did.
Watching it in the highlights, it seemed a lot better than it was, I'm guessing.
It was all right, and it told a good story. But I don't know. I never really bought into the concept of it. But I know it's Cody, and Cody just loves like his 80s things. The funniest bit was they had Greg the Hammer Valentine at ringside, and he just looked like he could not care less. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I hadn't.
It was because obviously he was involved in like a previous dog collar match, and he'd looked so bored, and he shouldn't have been bored, to be fair, because it was really good.
Decent match.
I don't think it's bad that Cody's put the belt back on himself.
I was about to say, Why do you think they've done this? Because I thought it was very strange taking off
Because
Bradley when he's had a very good run with it.
if Cody hadn't been going off to do well, it's go big show. I don't think he'd have dropped it in the first place.
Maybe not. Probably not.
So I
No.
think it's just, and they've basically done what the New Day and the Street Profits did on Raw, where they traded titles, so that like counts as like another title reign, even though they didn't win it.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
another number to add, if you know what I mean. Brody Lee
Yeah.
one-time
True.
champion, Cody two-time champion. It just sounds better.
Yeah. True. Very true. And obviously, Orange Cassidy got the championship match next week.
Yeah, didn't he just lose a title match like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, against Jericho. So
No, I mean against Brody
Jericho
Lee.
against Bradley. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Who
Oh.
cares? There were more names announced for the World Championship tournament: Wardlow, Colt Cabana, and Hangman Page. You had Big Swole versus Serena D. Big Swole picked up a win there. You had a little Moxley promo, but then you had Chaos Project, Luther and Serpentico versus the Inner Circles, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager. You had again a video package of more friends. You had Lance Storm, Kevin Smith, Eli Roth, Gabriel Iglesias, Chavo Guerrero, Steel Panther, Ultimo Dragon, and Paul Stanley of Kiss. You obviously had the match. Yeah, you'd expect Chris Jericho to pick up the match. It was the win. It was more after what happened after the match. So Jericho took the microphone, and before he could make any speech, MJF music played. MJF came to the ring, and he wasn't there to steal the lamp, but he was there to respect, because he respected Jericho and wanted to help him celebrate. MJF instructed Waller to remove a sheet from his prize. Under the sheet was a clown. The clown was holding another gift.
This was my favourite bit in wrestling of the week, because it's the moment where he smashes the thing over his head and they just stare at each other for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And there's something about the Judas effect which I find really funny, and I don't know what it is. And
It's because he
honestly,
spins.
the guy in Brian Alvarez's replies who did like the NXT AW, like he does it every week, you know, in terms
Yeah.
of AW hitting the Judas effect on Clownico, the clown who was NXT. It's a funny move. I don't know. Like when he hit it on the Jacksonville Jaguars mascot, I started laughing. Then I don't know.
It is a fucking weird finisher. It
It's
is.
just Jericho. He can make anything work.
It's Chris. I really like this though, with the MJF getting him a present, MJF hating it, Jericho hating it, and then he just, as like cocky heels they had, they just smiled and laughed with each other. I really
Yeah,
like it. I like where this is going.
yeah. It was. It was the moment where they just. You think that they're going to turn on each other like Festival of Friendship, although like they're not best mates.
No.
And then they just like they're both having each other on, or you can see where it's going. And I think
Yeah.
you can tell they both really enjoy working with each
Oh,
other,
100%. And
which
also,
makes
who wouldn't want to work with her?
it all the funnier.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you'll have everything
looking
invested.
forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Good episode of AEW again, just another consistent show.
Yeah, it was. It's AW, isn't it? It's just what are we doing? Are we plodding along to is it Revolution in like 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got better time.
Yeah, about to say a couple more weeks until full show, so just wait out. We'll go on to NXT though. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Kushida via disqualification. It was what's it called? It was the battle between champs was every bit as hard as imagine Velveteen Dream cut their battle short though, tried to take out Kushida. However, they inherently struck Ciampa, ending the match in a disqualification.
I was really confused as to why this match was a thing,
I
because I
thought it
was
was over.
like, you can't book either of them to lose.
Oh, true. Oh,
I
you
was
meant
quite
Ciampa.
invested, and then Velveteen Dream came out and hit like an armbar, not an
Yeah,
armbar, an axe handle. And I was like, oh, that
I
was a
thought this
bit
feud was over.
overwhelming. I mean, are we going to get Dream versus Ciampa?
Ciampa.
Yeah, it's all right. I get. It doesn't.
Gets Ciampa a win.
Well, you'd think so.
You'd expect so, yeah. One of the best things I see this week: Killian Dane and Drake Maverick defeating Ever Eyes. We don't care about the match.
Hang on. Ember Moon's promo was second.
Was it? I've got
Yeah.
it further down on my list here.
Okay. All right, we'll do it further down.
No, go on. No, go on.
Okay. It were just a pretty straightforward promo, to be fair, wasn't it? She doesn't really do promos. She just kind of talks normally,
Just yeah.
which is
But
fine. It's just I don't find her a particularly engaging promo.
I like her enough that I will sit and listen.
But it was all right. Set a stall out early. Once Io
Yeah.
Shirai. Yeah,
Great, easy.
yeah.
Kinley Dana Drake Maverick defeated Everrise. The best thing about this is prime Drake Maverick coming out with the stupid theme.
It's really good. They're such an oddball
It's
pairing. And I think like outside of the ring, I think they're really good mates.
yeah, you'd expect. You probably guess that they've both been
It,
on the Indies.
it just works. I don't know. It's the little dance Drake Maverick does.
It's a
And then he gets
dance, and
laid out at the end of the match.
it's when he turns when they make an entrance and he turns to Killian Dane as if Killian Dane's going to join in. He's like, "Come on,
Yeah.
no."
Yeah, the stuff they did with them was spot on. My only complaint, don't put Everrise on 205 Live. Give them wins as like big guys and then have them get beat by these two because it just
Yeah.
makes 205 Lives look so crap in
But
comparison.
people unfortunately don't care about it.
Where's that's what I was thinking on this episode. I was thinking, who else could you job out? Where's Indu Share?
They've been dropped after he leaked it, aren't they?
But they're still both with the company.
I think their push just got dropped because of the leak of the Keith Lee stuff.
Well,
Austin Theory defeats
shortly.
Leon Ruff. Congratulations, Ruff, for signing.
Yeah, Leon Ruff's Hurricanrana straight off the bat was quite something. But Austin Theory got the win quite early, much to my delight. And then
what happened after?
back comes Dexter Loomis.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
It's
into
good
Dexter
to see
Loomis
him
as I
back.
was purely because they've changed his team.
Right.
I don't like his new theme, and I know it's not that much different, but his other one was so good. But Dexter Loomis,
excited to see him back.
Yeah, Dexter Loomis won. Like Austin Theory just can't. He just can never finish on top. Even when he gets a win, he still ends up losing.
Nah.
He's so good. He's so good in the role. I just hope they don't see him as a jobber.
No, if it's for Dexter Loomis, I'm happy.
I feel like they don't because look at the people he's lost to. You know,
big guys.
Kushida, Adam Cole. Has he lost to Kushida? He's lost like all the big names in NXT.
Yeah, which is fine.
But he's not been jobbed out. He's had a good showing in all.
Yeah. And I'm glad it was to Dexter Loomis this time because I really like Loomis. Like, really, he's so good.
Yeah.
But Cameron Grimes attacks him, who declared he was getting ready to reach for Loomis, not answering him backstage. Rich Holland addresses his actions. Adam Cole vows payback, just a nice little promo. This one also onto a match. Rich Holland defeat Danny Burch. So the match, simple. It's more after the match. So I'm pretty confident the match. Does the match end before then the injury happens?
Yeah, it does. It with a beat down afterwards because obviously it was the only Lorcan dive because he refused to let up the beat down on Danny Burch, and then Lorcan comes out for the save.
Yes, Lorcan comes out and they have a bit of a brawl. Holland's thrown to the outside. Lorcan just does what he simply normally does, and he just a simple dive, and it goes in the air. And as soon as it hits Rich Holland, you see Rich Holland's legs just not like supported, and you just see his leg fully collapse. See that he's got 3 injuries.
It were grim.
It was horrible.
He's got 3. Oh, I feel so bad for him.
It's just shuddering. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, it's not even just because he's local as well. I feel like he's genuinely piecing it together. Like his presentation's really good.
And you know what? If he wasn't from round here, I think I'd still be supporting him.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good feud against Adam Cole.
So unfortunate. Just 3 days after he was put into the main event scene, he's going to be out for. Is it 6 months to a year? I read.
Yeah, you'd expect a while with that 3 injuries.
Take an average and say 9 months. That's July.
Mental, absolutely mental. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy indeed. The Garganos receive a gift. Curious sender Indy Hartwell sends them a brand new TV. See where they go with that.
It was quite funny, wasn't it? Really. Johnny Gargano hates Indy Hartwell, gets a new TV. Always love that girl.
It
He's
is
really
typical.
good at comedy. He can do it all.
He can, and I hate it. I hate he's such a talented bastard.
He's the best.
Shotzi Blackheart defeated Xia Li. Afterwards, Boa arrived to offer Lee an envelope, and Lee appeared as confused as the NXT universe was. Go on, Boa.
Yeah, Boa. I completely forgot. I mean, I tend to keep tabs on the people who are on TV because I find it interesting as to the reasons why they're not on TV. I had completely forgotten about Boa. He looks good, suit and tie, sort of bit of a businessman. Giving something to Xia Li, she goes to the back. I completely. The thing is though, like, Boa. Whereas with, do you remember Tian Bing?
Yes, the big guy.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he was recruited because he was Chinese and not because he could wrestle.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Boa is actually really good because he was in that breakout tournament.
He was.
And he's got a good look about him as well.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with him because he hasn't been on TV. He hasn't really had anyone know anything about him. So
I'll see if I can find out why he wasn't on TV. So I have no idea. You got on that main event, also.
Yeah. Ember Moon and Rhea Ripley defeated Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Obviously, with all these women in the match interested in Io Shirai's belt, it sort of put a bit of tenseness into the match. Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez just got into each other and just brawled on the outside, toppling into the broadcast table, which basically meant Dakota Kai was distracted. Ember Moon, boom, hits the Eclipse. Still one of the best finishers in WWE.
It doesn't really matter what happened in the match. It was an Ember Moon showcase.
Yeah, perfect match.
Mr. Beat.
Yep, which is.
I love it when people return from big injuries. It feels so refreshing and just.
And when they feel like they look like they haven't lost anything as well, it makes it 100% better.
She looks like she's got a new lease of life.
Mm-hmm. And she's still got her own old theme, which is the best.
No, she hasn't.
That's what. I swear it's in the old theme.
No, they've given Ember Moon new music.
I beg. I swear when I watched it.
I'm 100% certain.
Ember Moon.
It thrust it upon you like that, but
don't do it to the Ember Moon new theme.
Yeah, I'll take it you're having a listen now.
Yeah, I'm having I've got a current advert, but have they got rid of? Oh, they would have, of course, aren't they? Because of. No, I remember now. I remember. I actually don't mind it because it's very.
Not bad. It's not bad.
It's my type of music.
We'll come on to it, but Lars Sullivan's got a new theme, and it's like nowhere near as good as his old one. His old one were really good.
I genuinely don't care for Lars. It's mental.
No one likes Lars. I mean,
no one does like Lars.
Wasn't given a second chance after the
everything that happened
on Friday. Yeah, and I've always thought he's an asset, but I don't know. The latest revelations on Friday.
It just Okay, so what I'll do with when we're coming to SmackDown now, what I will do is I will just talk about the matches, but then I'll talk about
Shall I do Impact now?
Yeah, you do the Impact main event and stuff now.
Yeah.
Get it ready.
Tommy Dreamer versus Brian Myers. It was all right. I feel like this match is just constant. I don't know why. Tommy Dreamer won by disqualification. I won't lie. I don't remember this happening. What I do remember happening though is the Defeat Rohit challenge. Now, surely you must have seen this.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of the Defeat Rohit challenge because.
Okay, so he wants someone who he's not faced yet. Willie Mack comes out, but he's already faced Willie Mack and beaten him. So he refuses to face Willie Mack. Jordan Grace answers the call.
Oh, I like Jordan Grace.
Willie Mack distraction. Jordan Grace wins by roll-up.
Go on, Jordan Grace.
And wins the X Division title.
Nice.
But then, afterwards, Rohit Raju gets on the mic and says, it wasn't a title match. I'm keeping the belt. Because he never said it was for the title. It's just the Defeat Rohit challenge.
Yeah.
Everyone just presumed it was for the belt.
Like you would.
So Jordan Grace wins, but he keeps the title. And at Bound for Glory, it's a 6-pack challenge. No, it isn't. It's a 1, 2, 3. It's a 5. There's 5 people.
The 5-pack challenge is just about the same ring.
it is a 6-pack challenge. It's a
Okay.
6-way scramble. Chris Bay, TJP, Trey Miguel, Willie Mack, Jordan Grace, and Rohit Raju.
For the exclusion title.
That'll be cool. Yep.
That'll be a good match.
The Rascals versus Triple XL in a rematch from Victory Road, and the Rascals won again. It was literally the exact same match with the exact same finish.
Okay,
I really like the Rascals, but I didn't know why this needed to happen.
Yeah.
Rick Swan's journey to Bound for Glory. So we're getting these video packages of like Rick Swan's like recovery.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Jacobs is there in the gym with the physio. There's the physio, Rick Swan, and Jimmy Jacobs, and a janitor in the background cleaning up. And as Jimmy Jacobs calls Rick Swan over to have a chat, the janitor turns around, attacks Rick Swan.
Is it any chance it's Eric Young? What?
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't actually notice the janitor at first. I thought it was quite well hidden. And obviously he just like batters his knee.
Yeah.
I think Rick Swan's got to win.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. Yeah. Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie versus Sasha Steeles and Kira Hogan. Rosemary and Valkyrie won. It was all right. I don't really know why this happened, to be honest. But we're just kind of killing time until the Johnny Bravo Johnny Bravo Rosemary wedding. Now for the real main event, the Demon versus Johnny Swinger and Crazy Steve.
Who wins?
The Deaners, of course. The Swingman never wins. So in a tag match set up by a backstage confrontation earlier in the show regarding Johnny Bravo's upcoming wedding, the Deaners battled Crazy Steve and Johnny Swinger. Or as Josh Matthews put it on commentary, it seems like Wrestle House is bleeding over. Swinger asks Crazy Steve to be serious, only to catch a beating when he enters the ring. Swinger calls for a weapon, but Crazy Steve pulls out a spoon and a fork, completely oblivious to what the Swingman wanted. Swinger grabbed his fanny pack from ringside and claimed to the referee, who had seen the whole thing unfold, that Crazy Steve threw it to him. Further dissension between the two led to Cody Deaner hitting a DDT for the win. Bleacher Report have given it an F, and their analysis says, Johnny Swinger is a national treasure. With that said, this was not good. So not good, in fact, the less said about it, the better.
Oh.
But the Swingman gets some love.
Pooey Johnny Swinger, but not Pooey Johnny Swinger.
The next bit were really good. So it's the funeral of the TNA World Heavyweight Championship that EC3's nicked from Moose. But first, it's backstage negotiations between Scott D'Amore and Heath for the contract. But they can't agree on terms. And Heath goes backstage and tells Rhino, he literally says, when I was on Raw a few weeks ago, they offered me another deal, and I turned it down because you told me to come to Impact. And now we can't get a contract at Impact, so he's pissed off at Rhino.
Okay. For God's sake.
EC3 up next with the funeral for the title. He throws it off a bridge and tells Moose, free Moose. I don't remember this happening, but everything EC3 does turns to gold. So
he's great, isn't he?
Yeah, he's showing up in Ring of Honor soon as well.
Is it? Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I saw the teasers. Yeah, I saw the teasers.
And then Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock are backstage firing each other up, and Ken Shamrock just beats up a random security guard. I have no idea why. It was a fun series of video packages. And then the main event of Impact, the Motor City Machine Guns versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. Good, quick match.
I was trying to think.
And the Machine Guns won. Because of course they did. They're the champs. Well, basically, I think we're just doing all different combinations of these teams before they face off in that fatal four-way Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
Ace Austin's really good. He won't be there. With all due respect to Impact, he won't be there for long.
No.
And I don't know. I don't know where we go because every single company is so stacked.
Yeah, they are. I was talking yesterday. AEW. I can't see anyone going to AEW anymore. They are really stacked. Like you said, with the tag team division, WWE, I don't think they need anyone. Maybe NXT, but it might just be lost in the
No,
shuffle.
I'm not a fan of. At this point, I'd rather NXT just promote the homegrown talent that they've got, in the performance center.
Yeah.
Because like Ridge Holland hasn't come in as a big indie star.
No.
Just people like that. Although I know they've just signed like basically the whole of Evolve, which I don't know how they're going to fit everyone on TV.
Well, same, but they'll
3
find a
hours
way.
of TV.
Please fucking no. 3 hours was such a drag yesterday for Raw.
Did you watch it live?
Yeah, I've watched them both live.
You're insane. I woke up this morning and watched the highlights on 1.25 speeds, and I was done in 45 minutes.
I don't mind watching live because when you're watching it with someone else, it's all right. But
yeah, also just like literally nothing that noteworthy happens on Raw or SmackDown to make me want to watch it live like it used to. Back in the day, they used to be not even back in the day, just like in like 2014 and stuff.
It was
like
good this week.
Main events of Raw felt big, whereas
it was a really good episode this week of Raw. I enjoyed it. Well, speaking of good episodes, we'll go to SmackDown.
Big Elias return.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just talk about the matches quickly.
Yeah, I
and
voted.
We'll run through every round of the draft and say what we think. Friday Night SmackDown, Big E defeats Sheamus in a false count in my match, which was really good. They actually had a false count anyway. They actually left the ring. The finish came outside. I think the finish came when after being white noised onto a car. Big E got revenge on Sheamus by doing practical hit the big ending on a car and then climbed up on top of that car and hit a big ending off it through a table. 1, 2, 3, love the little win. Really good match. And quite enjoyed that. Big E gets a great win. On SmackDown, Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle defeat The Miz and Morrison. Yeah, fair enough. Quick, easy win. That doesn't matter. At least think he gets a win. Riddle. It's more after. Yeah. Lars Sullivan returns.
I've said it. I was willing to give Lars a second chance. He's just a bit indefendable. I feel like he's just really socially just unaware. I don't know.
He's very unaware.
He made all the homophobic comments, then did the you know what. He made bad comments about mental health and then had a panic attack before an episode of Raw. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
It's mental. I think I'm not a fan of him anyway, so.
Do you not like him just as a wrestler?
No.
I mean, obviously he's not going to put on like 5-star classics.
No.
Do you not think that you?
No, I'm not a fan of the big guy. I'm not a fan of the big guy in wrestling. Like this big guy who runs in and dominates. I think.
What, you don't think the big guy in wrestling, like Braun, Keith?
Braun, no, because Keith is very different. He isn't a guy who just runs through everyone and is a vicious heel. Braun, for me, has found a new lease of life. Maybe Lars could change with, but
I know what you mean. Lars
is NXT and main roster, well, minimal main roster run, not entertaining.
Lars's character is just, I am big, I hit people, I am scary.
Yeah.
There's not much beneath that. Whereas in NXT, they actually did a bit of character development with him, in terms of eloquently spoken monster.
That's
basically Frankenstein.
Yeah, which I quite liked. But I don't. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. Let's just say.
It'll be apparently he's not got many fans left in the locker room, but one of those fans is the only guy that matters.
What a surprise! I know.
Well,
Sasha Banks defeats Bayley via disqualification. It would come in. We all knew it was happening. Bayley hits Sasha with a chair. It's all to do with the Hell in a Cell.
Pointless.
Yeah, just working your way to Hell in a Cell. Pointless, but you'd expect it. And then the New Day defeat Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro to win the belts. Very strange from the Wells, but it all sets up what happens later on in the night. And then in the main event, it was The Fiend defeating Kevin Owens. The Fiend having his first match on SmackDown. Owens, it was a really good match. Owens at points looked like he was going to win. Obviously, he was never going to, but The Fiend looks a mandible clawing. And as always went for Sunna. Gets him in the mandible claw of the Fiend. Owens hits the stunner, but the Fiend just holds on and just pins him there. Loved it.
Yeah, it was quite good.
Great match indeed. Really, really liked it. But this is the biggest thing: the WWE Draft. Here we go. So, where's SmackDown? So the first picks: Raw took Drew McIntyre, SmackDown took Roman Reigns. I think very obvious picks, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what you'd expect. Then Raw takes Asuka. SmackDown takes Seth Rollins, and Raw takes Hurt Business. So only one change then. That's Seth Rollins moving to SmackDown. He's never been
Yeah,
on SmackDown before.
it's good. At least he'll get away from the Mysterios this way.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
I do like that he's on SmackDown though. I do. He's never been on there before. Nice little change up. Round 2, AJ Styles moves to Raw. Sasha Banks stays on SmackDown. Naomi moves to Raw. Bianca Belair goes to SmackDown, and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are on Raw. I mean, Bianca,
Bianca Belair's the weird one.
I like it.
Why don't give her the video pack? Yeah, but don't give her the video packages hyping her up on Raw.
Well, it's fair enough because at that point you must have thought you're a Raw superstar, and then. Well, you're
Yeah.
still hyping her up. They still promote SmackDown. If it was a proper brand war, they wouldn't promote SmackDown.
I know, but no, I don't get that one. And I feel like Naomi's going to get lost in the shuffle.
Oh, 100%. I don't understand why she was so high, but I like that AJ's gone to Raw. Obviously, Paul's
Yeah,
back
she
on
will, won't it?
SmackDown.
Especially considering like Sami Zayn, Intercontinental Champion, was drafted on round 4 last night.
Yeah, well, we know that
Have you seen? So I know I'm just going on. We'll come on to it. But did you see that Dabba-Kato was drafted before Alistair Black?
Yep, it was. We know that the draft order doesn't make sense. We know it because, well, we've seen it.
Yeah.
But all for that, I like that Bianca might get a minor push on SmackDown if she's a high draft pick. Round 3, Ricochet stays on Raw. Jey Uso stays on SmackDown. Mandy Rose stays on Raw. Dominic and Rey Mysterio go to SmackDown, and the Miz and Morrison go to Raw. Again, Miz and Morrison get a bit of a switch up, can do what they do on SmackDown on Raw.
Miz and Morrison go to Raw. Mandy Rose goes to Raw. Tucker goes to Raw.
Poor Ace.
All this goes to SmackDown. Surely they are gonna do something else. Like surely there's got to be something happens that moves Otis over to Raw.
Maybe. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see with him, but I'm not fully confident. Obviously, he's suing Miz and Morrison, so we'll wait and see. Yeah. Round 4 of the SmackDown. So this is straight after the New Day winning the belts. Raw draft the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Whoa, wow. Never said Big E's name. And this was sold perfectly by Xavier Woods. So Stephanie comes out and said, Raw drafts, SmackDown Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And then she stops and it's just Woods. You can hear Woods and the camera gets just saying, say E's name. And then Stephanie. And for SmackDown draft, Big E. Now, there's been a lot of talk about online. First of all, what are your opinions?
I quite liked it because
Thank you.
it's not splitting them up. They're just drafted apart. People saying it's the end of the New Day.
No,
it isn't. They're just being drafted apart, and then in 2 years they'll come back together and they'll be like refreshed and better than ever.
Yeah, I saw people complaining, say, "Oh, it doesn't make sense. Why would Raw run take 2 of the members?" Well, maybe because
they are right. Why you wouldn't?
I don't like. Maybe
you wouldn't draft all of Retribution, all of Hurt Business, and then only take 2 members of the New Day.
obviously, yeah, I understand sort of standard, but it's a thing of like, well, maybe Raw only wanted the tag team people. They might have not wanted another man on their roster. When the draft picks come in, maybe they took it, and SmackDown realised Big E wasn't chosen. I don't know. I just think it's a nice little choice. The Big E now gets to do this little solo run. People saying, "Oh, Raw should have drafted him and then done a trade." It's really not that logical.
Yeah, why don't? No, I think if you're gonna, yeah, it's more just the fact that all the other factions went together. But it is what it is, isn't it? It'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Raw get Dana Brooke.
Xavier Woods is back.
Yeah. Great return for Woods. I very like it. I'm very like him. Really like Woods. So all fine by me. SmackDown. Raw draft Dana Brooke. SmackDown draft Otis and Angel Garza stays on Raw. So Otis currently, as it stands, still with Tucker. We had a lovely little segment backstage. But on round 5, it was announced on Talking Smack, Humberto Carrillo stays on Raw. Murphy, I'm surprised Murphy was a Talking Smack pick, but it's fine. Murphy goes to SmackDown, Tucker goes to Raw. Kalisto stays on SmackDown, and Drew Gulak goes to Raw. So the undrafted were Lucha House Party and Shorty G, who both were announced on Raw on Monday. Surprised by Murphy? In terms of
Where's Murphy gone?
SmackDown. So not in terms of the move, because he's following Seth and Ray and Dominic.
No, he's better on SmackDown. I just don't. He was in a prominent position on Raw, and I just don't want that to change on a different show.
No,
I feel like he's more suited to SmackDown.
Like, you look at the people who chose him before him, it makes sense. Like Jey Uso for Thingy. Yeah, I suppose SmackDown, they took Otis over him, which makes sense. He's a Money in the Bank holder, but I wish he were higher up, but again, probably not enough room for him, unfortunately, to fit him in.
That's the thing. They've released all these people, and they've still got such an excess of talent.
Oh, I didn't realise until the draft.
There's so much, and there's still so many people undrafted.
Oh well, yeah, I've got the list up in.
You know, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, no, Charlotte Flair got drafted.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about the list of people that are left over. But we'll do Monday Night Raw. Really good Raw this week, by the way. I really enjoyed it. But so Drew McIntyre confronted Randy Orton to start the show. Orton came out, McIntyre literally came practically straight out, and they had a bit of a fight. Orton slithers away. Fair enough. Really like it. Just keeping fans, not giving them too much, giving them a little 2-minute, 3-minute bout, and then taking them off TV for the whole show. KO defeats Aleister Black in a no disqualification match. Not a fan of this. And as much as that, it was an incredible match. Really, really good match. Both guys giving their all, but I'm not a fan of KO, and I'm the biggest KO fan. I think Black deserved the win.
It's the fact Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are on the same brand again gives me hope.
I love the Twitter exchange.
Yeah, I know that doesn't mean anything, but it does kind of give me a little bit of hope that they'll be reunited.
Oh yeah,
because I'd just do it straight away.
Well, 100%. Lars Sullivan crash Miz TV. We don't care.
I don't know. They're building him strong. We've got to care because he's getting a push whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes, and I don't know what title he wins. Who's got the US title?
Lashley.
Apollo. Lashley.
Yeah.
You're not going to have Lashley versus Lars, are you?
That's in, where does he go? Do you wait until Lars drops it? It's not there anymore. We know it's not a thing.
Well, is it though? Do you not think it's a coincidence that Riddick Moss, Arturo Ruas, and Dabba-Kato have all been drafted to Raw?
Nah, just they haven't had Raw Underground for 3 weeks, unless they bring it back.
Has it been 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles interrupt Seth Rollins' Raw farewell address. Fair enough, the two new picks come over. All leads to a nice little triple threat match. Really good. Quite liked it. But it's really more what happened perhaps during the match. So Hardy had his victory decisive connected with the twist fail on Styles before Jeff could follow up. You just see this big chair shot on Hardy. Elias is back. I like Elias.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm not bothered.
You don't understand how happy I was when it thingy.
Never. Well, he's a good asset, but I've never been into Elias.
I really like him.
Hang on, let me just have a look. When was the last time we saw him?
When he got run over.
Yeah. Well, was his last match the one against King Corbin at WrestleMania?
Probably, because I think he was shows. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be out for longer than that. I was expecting a Charlotte Flair return last night, not Elias.
We technically did get a Charlotte Flair return. She got drafted.
She got drafted. So we had his WrestleMania match, and then on May the 11th, defeated King Corbin on SmackDown. So that is 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, it didn't.
Yeah, I felt that long.
It doesn't really feel like he's been gone that long.
No.
Because he's Elias and he's been around for quite a while. But when he's around, he's always on TV. You know, the ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Yeah.
I feel like you hear it like pretty much every week. It's
really good.
on Monday Night Raw at one time.
I really like him. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke defeated Natalya and Lana. They pick up a win, and it's more after the bell. Natalya pushed Lana and said, it showed the ref Russian that the partnership was no longer working out and bailed on Lana. Wow, Natalya, who do you think you are? The best thing of the night, Angel Garza defeated Andrade. Oh no, that's bad. After the match, Andrade and Zelina Vega are in the ring. Andrade's injured. Goes dark. And the camera, it's perfect. And the camera just cuts to Alexa Bliss hanging from the second rope, doing what the Fiend does, staring at Zelina. The camera cuts back to Andrade, and you just see behind him the Fiend. The Fiend catches Andrade. Alexa catches Zelina. And at exactly the same time, genuinely, Sister Abigail, they both hit the mat. It was like the most perfect timing. Incredible. Really like this.
Yeah, it's a good pairing, and the segment were really good. And I know they did it just because they're a male and female duo. Don't do it to Andrade.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll talk about Andrade after this, but yeah, strange, very strange. The New Day defeated Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I think we all knew this win was coming, considering Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode had literally just been drafted before the match.
Yeah, that kind of telegraphed it a little bit. But,
so, by the way, the Street Profits did get drafted, which meant New Day and the Street Profits switched titles. That's all.
I like the big sexy muscle man. I think they're quite good.
Yeah, I do like them as well.
Yeah, I don't know if have you seen the promo that they did on .com?
Is it Ziggers and Rude? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good. They're really good.
They are, but they were. I feel like
a cocky heel.
They're just floating at the moment.
Yeah.
But let's face it, any tag teams are good tag teams. I have currently.
Ricochet defeated Cedric Alexander by disqualification. It was the Eddie spot. Loving Eddie spot.
Ricochet's feint was really nice as well.
Oh, it was proper. Comedic, comical.
How refreshing to see a babyface using their brain and not being stupid, dumb babyface. And Ricochet, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
It was genuinely smart. And the heels got some comeuppance.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well done, WWE. Now, please have Ricochet do something different.
Yeah. We had the Battle Royale. Great, love a good Battle Royale. Good back and forth, quite nice between all of them, with Nia Jax and Shayna running wild. Then all of a sudden, Jax does get basically everyone attacks her. She looks like she's holding on her teammate. Shayna goes over and eliminates her. Ooh, then they say,
I bet you love this segment. Oh, have we lagged out? Have I lagged out?
No, you're all right. No, you're good.
All right. I couldn't hear you for ages.
Oh, right. No, you were fine. You said, I bet you love this segment.
Yeah, and then I didn't hear what you said after that with the.
I hate Nia Jax. Thank God.
No, I mean more in terms of Natalya and Lana final two.
We'll come on to that. So Nia Jax does put Lana through the announce table. Then, instead of carry on with the match, they cut backstage to Randy and Drew brawling. I'm all for Randy and Drew brawling. I am. They can't get their hands off each other. No, during a women's match. Anyone but a women's match. Just, you know what? Put a shitty squash match on.
Wait, you don't like the fact this was the main event?
I don't like the fact that Randy and Drew interfered during halfway through the women's match.
Is that what happened? Did they interfere? I didn't get the highlights.
So after Naira put Lana through the thing, they cut back to the ring, starting about the action, and then all of a sudden they just cut backstage of Randy and Drew battling.
Oh yeah, that is a bit.
And then they went straight to ad break. And when you came back, Peyton Royce had been eliminated. Mental. But again, the final four were Natalya, Lacey Evans, and the Riot Squad. They do a nice little elimination. Riot Squad, Natalya, and Lacey Evans, and a really nice segment. I stand by that. I really don't. I'm not a fan of Natalya. I really like this out of the ring segment. So they end up going on the hardest part of the mat. They're on the outside of the ropes, and if I can remember, do the typical battle spot of ooh kick, ooh I've nearly fallen on the hold on,
Yeah.
skinning the cat. And the way they did it was Lacey looks like she was falling off. She holds herself on, but Natalya picks her up, swings her into the big LED panel, side panel on the ring. Lacey thinks Natalya looks like she's got it won. And then who comes from behind Lana? She was never eliminated. Nia just took her out of the match, just pulled her out of the ring and put her through the thing. Lana's the number one contender. Who gives a shit about that though? Because Randy Drew thingy. Did you see it? Genuinely, 5 seconds after the graphic of Lana is the new number one contender, Drew McIntyre, Randy came out.
No, I say we didn't. I've not seen them.
It was prime Vince not giving a shit about his women's division. Literally, the graphic popped up for like 3 seconds. Lana is the new. Don't matter. Turn the camera straight around.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
do it the other way around, would you? You wouldn't have.
No.
You wouldn't have Lana and Asuka interrupt like an intercontinental title battle royale or something.
No. Absolutely stupid, but yeah, I did hate it with Natalya and Lana side openly, but I quite like the finish, so it was let off. And I just love that Lana got 3 seconds to celebrate. But we'll come on to the draft picks. That's Friday Night SmackDown Raw. So obviously, Grand Metalik and Lindsay and Short G Roll announced before the show on the network. Fair enough, whatever. Round one though, Raw takes the Fiend Bray Wyatt. SmackDown takes Women's Champion Bayley. Raw takes Randy Orton. SmackDown takes the Street Profits, and Raw sticks with Charlotte Flair. So what two changes there? Bray Wyatt to Raw and the Street Profits to SmackDown. And you know what? Really like both changes. Obviously, we expected the Street Profits to go to SmackDown with Bianca going there, and with Raw, the Bray Wyatt, the Fiend can have a nice bit of a switch up.
Yeah,
and we may possibly see the Fiend and Alexa as double champions.
no, I don't.
Not a
think
fan
we're
of
going
this
down that
Alexa
road.
stuff.
The Fiend should not be motivated by titles.
No, it's not a motivation thing. He just does it because he can.
Yeah, I guess I'd still keep them away from it.
Okay. Round two. Oh, go on.
People like the Undertaker's legacy isn't defined by titles.
Yeah,
It should just be big spooky wins.
Yeah, the Fiend doesn't. I'm just like they both end up having the belts.
Okay.
It'd be a nice little image, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how Alexa gets it.
It's Lana's the number one contender. She just attacks Lana consistently.
Okay.
We know it's WWE, so they'll
Oh
find
yeah,
a way.
Alexa's been drafted, hasn't she?
Yeah, Alexa got drafted later on.
I'm gonna get it off Bayley.
No.
It's gonna take me a while to come to terms with who's been drafted where.
Yeah. Raw, round two, Raw takes Braun Strowman as a transfer. SmackDown gets Daniel Bryan. Raw gets Matt Riddle. SmackDown gets Kevin Owens, and Raw gets Jeff Hardy. So a nice little change up on this draft. So Braun, Riddle, and Hardy all moving over, and Bryan's going to SmackDown. And KO moving to SmackDown. Do you think this could mean something good for Riddle?
I don't know. I feel like if they were gonna do something with him, they'd have done it on SmackDown.
Okay.
When you're as good as all of those guys, I don't really think it matters where you get drafted. I think you are the same wherever you go. Like it doesn't matter whether Kevin Owens is on Raw or SmackDown. He's going to be in the same position on the card,
and he'll be good as well. That's the thing. He'll be fine, as it is. Round 3, Retribution were drafted to Raw. Raw, why would you do that? Considering
Why
the
would
past
you
weeks
draft?
they've just been saying we're going to bring chaos on Raw.
Yeah, I mean the way Stephanie McMahon, she kind of like tried to make it like oh no, it's Retribution. Yeah, you
I
wouldn't,
like
would you?
Steph. It makes me realise how much I like Steph.
Oh, I can't stand her.
SmackDown takes Lars Sullivan. Who gives a shit? Would prefer him on Raw if
What?
anything, because I prefer SmackDown.
Lars is gonna be in a big title, not a big title program, but
You know what? Put him against the match against Roman. Roman beats the shit out of him.
he's
I'm
not what
all
you
for
do.
that.
But then, how does Lars come back from it? I'm not
So
talking about what Lars is like as a person. I'm talking solely as the wrestling
Oh yeah,
character.
he doesn't. He
He
gets a new
doesn't.
gimmick where he dresses up as a clown every week.
He is Clownico the Clown or whatever.
Yeah, he has a
You're
shit name
crazy.
and a shit gimmick. Raw sticks with Keith Lee, SmackDown stick with King Corbin, and Raw take Alexa Bliss. Very nice draft pick from Raw there. Strange because they take Alexa, but they also say Retribution. Like you've got really one good pick with Alexa, and I don't understand the drafting process for Retribution. Maybe they want more people on the roster. Who knows? Round 4. Elias goes to Raw. Sami Zayn stays on SmackDown. Lacey Evans goes to Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro stays SmackDown, and Sheamus goes to Raw again. A bit of shifting of the the mid card. Fair play. Lacey gets to go to Raw, but at this point, SmackDown's women division were looking weak. There were only 3, I think.
Yeah, I had a look afterwards, and they've actually got 10 people on there.
Yeah, it was more after they sort of sorted it out, but it didn't look good at one point.
Yeah.
Round 5, Nikki Cross goes to Raw, Ziggler and Rude goes to SmackDown, R-Truth stays on Raw, Apollo Crews goes to SmackDown, Dabba-Kato goes to Raw. Finally, Apollo Crews is away from the Hurt Business.
It's a glorious day.
It is a glorious day. Speaking of glorious, Ziggler and Rude, to strengthen up that tag team division a bit on SmackDown. Fair enough. I'm happy with that. Round 6, Titus O'Neil was a round 6 pick for Raw.
Was it? I
Yeah,
didn't see this.
he was the final pick on TV. He was on the final choices. It was Raw Titus O'Neil number 1, SmackDown Carmella. Fair play. Peyton Royce is still on Raw. Aleister Black's on SmackDown and Akira Tozawa's on Raw. Aleister Black was drafted behind Titus O'Neil.
Well, he did take the loss on Raw, didn't he? So
He
his
did.
stock's quite low.
He did. Well done, Titus, I suppose.
Yes,
And then
well done, Titus.
and then round 7 announced on Raw Talk. It was Lana stays on Raw. Natalia goes to SmackDown, so officially breaking them up. Riddick Moss goes to Raw. Riot Squad go to SmackDown. Nice, fair enough. I'm happy with that. And Arturo Ruas goes to Raw. Maybe they do bring Raw Underground back. Maybe they do. With all them names, but I don't think get your hopes up. So the people who
I
were
didn't say
not.
I want it back.
So then on Twitter, they announced a couple more free agents who have signed. So SmackDown strengthened up the women's division with Selena Vega, Tamina, and Billie Kay. And Eric does go to Raw. So I don't think we'll see Eric for a while just because he's had surgery. But then you look at the
Yeah,
list of who's
I don't
left.
get that. Why Eric got drafted and not
Yeah.
Ivar?
Well,
They're
injured
both
in it.
injured.
But then, so you look at who was in the pools and not selected. There's 2 left. There's Mickey James. Sad for Mickey James because he's a really good women asset. The one that's left is Andrade. Now, what I'm hoping for is tomorrow night, the show opens up with William Regal saying, with
No.
all the drafts going on, we've had a look at the free agents. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Andrade back to NXT.
No.
What do you want, Andrade hadn't been drafted yet.
I don't know. I'd have just had him drafted to a main show. There's too many people in
I
NXT.
think he'll be
Too
on
many.
Raw. Oh yeah, but I think he'll be on Raw if anything. But nice little thing to have with him.
I'd rather they did it with Bo Dallas and put him as a mid carder.
Really? Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Look,
But you look
Bo's
at
not been drafted.
yeah, true. So you look in the draft pools of people who were not in any of them. So you've got Becca, obviously out with pregnancy, Jimmy Uso and Ivar both out with injuries, Sonya Deville fired. Edge out with an injury, Jinder Mahal out with an injury, Smojo out with a possible injury, but he's commentating. Mojo injury, Forgotten Sons.
Mojo injury. Has that been
I
reported?
think Mojo's injured, isn't he? Well, why he would have been in the draft polls if not, I
No,
presume. So I just
he's
presume
just
he's
out.
injured.
He's not. He's just out of favour.
Oh, right, okay. The Forgotten Sons
There's
one's a
been
big
there's been
racist.
no word of him being.
Ah, right, true. The Forgotten Sons one's a big racist. Bo Dallas, just nothing for him. Big Show is one of them free agents guy they'll bring in. Cena on the show, Goldberg on the show, Rousey on the show, Undertaker on the show. But some strange names there. I think Samoa Joe would have been nice to see as a shock draft pick if he's ready to wrestle, but he might not be ready to wrestle yet. And that was the draft. Really enjoyed it, actually. I think watching it live does help. It does really help, by the way, because like it's the excitement of you have a match and it's like, oh, I've got some new draft picks. See who changes. Did you see the leak? Not the leak.
What?
The what was reported that someone will be returning.
Eva Marie.
Yeah, she's back. Oh, read everything. Oh, come on.
Promote someone from NXT.
No, you don't want to. You know they'll just be booked bad. Bring back Eva Marie. I'm all for it.
No,
I'm all
not
for.
for me.
Oh, amazing. Great. I can't believe she's back. Right. So as the main event this week, one little question. Simple. What was the best roster change for you? For me, very simple. Alexa Bliss and The Fiend. I'm counting them together. The Fiend, I think, has done everything he could on SmackDown. He's recruited Alexa on there now. Both go over to Raw and do their own thing. Some new, fresh opponents, and I think it'll lead to a match with Drew. Who was the best draft pick of the night?
Seth to Raw, Seth to SmackDown because it feels so fresh.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Seth Rollins on SmackDown, but I like the idea of it.
Well, he's never been on there, has he? So it really does sort of open the opportunities up. Strange that they drafted the Mysterios and Murphy with him. I know why, because to keep the feud going. I think it was just very predictable, but fair enough. And I'm excited to see where it goes with Seth and them on SmackDown now.
Yeah,
I wonder when Seth will be leaving.
A few more call-ups.
Yeah.
Tell us it's the third brand, have them win Survivor Series and then not include
Oh,
them.
well, they announced that they were part of the draft and then they realised, oh shit, they're not, and deleted the tweet. So.
Yeah.
But that was number 36 where we talk about the draft. Good episode. Again, wrestling is just in one of them phases where it's just a lot of wrestling in the space of days.
Well, that's life now. There was no show this weekend. There's no show next weekend. But then it's Bound for Glory and Hell in a Cell on back-to-back nights, and then Halloween Havoc in midweek.
I'm looking forward to Halloween Havoc. That's what I'm really looking forward to. You know what? Hell in a Cell probably be nice. We'll do the previews for it in a couple of weeks, but it's looking like a decent pay-per-view.
Yeah. I don't know whether I'll be able to watch it because I think I've got something on that weekend. So
probably.
But
You'll be able to watch it.
Look, Hell in a Cell's all right, but it's a tired concept that needs changing.
Yeah, I think remove the pay-per-view, keep the match.
As long as I can watch Survivor Series, I just don't want them fighting for brand supremacy.
I do. I love the fight for brand supremacy.
But it makes no sense.
Oh, it makes no sense considering they've just had a draft, but they bleed blue, Simon.
I bleed blue.
Exactly. But thank you very much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll come back next week, episode 37. Who knows what'll go on? Maybe more stuff will come out about Lars. Can only hope.
Lurking Lars.
Yeah,
Remember that? Remember when they did them promos and it was like Lars Sullivan is lurking.
Yeah.
And everyone
please don't lurk anywhere near me.
Lurking Lars. I've just completely I've just remembered that now. Lurking Lars. What a time. That was when he was beating up Lucha House Party on the regular.
Lucha House Party. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think It'll be a strange week. AEW. I don't know what they've announced for this week.
It's the anniversary. So
It's the anniversary, so all the gold's on the line. NXT, nothing big is announced yet. Probably we'll get an update on see where Adam Cole goes now. With obviously it was the feud with Rich Holland, but if that's not happening, see where he goes from that. And yeah, then you got SmackDown. Nothing on the weekends and Monday Night Raw, but we'll see you next week for episode 35. Thank you very much, Ron. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The next watch along is tomorrow, I think, and it might be England, Denmark. Check the channel, and it should be on there. I'll check Josh's Twitter at the _top corner on Twitter. But thank you very much for